Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's me, Millie Money. I'm back. All right, man. I'm getting into another simulation. MLB The Show 25. We should have a good one. They got the Blue Jays versus the Red Sox. So yeah, should be a good game. Tune in, check it out, and see who pulls this off, man. All right, let's get it on.
From historic Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, the show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays squaring off against their hated rivals, the Boston Red Sox. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, when you consider the top hitters' ballparks in the sport, this has got to be one of them.
I'll say this. Pitchers have to stay with their game. They can't look over their shoulder and think, I have to be fine and perfect on every pitch. Continue to pitch to your strengths, and you'll come out of here with a good outing.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here. Today's starting pitcher, it's Walker Buehler. What do you have on him, Singy?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Bo Bichette, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count even 1-1. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Just missed. And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
First baseman.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. 1 out, base is empty. There's a swing and a drive. And it bangs off the monster. Around first, heading for 2. Into second, and he's got a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And that skips in the dirt. Runner at second here, one gone. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. That when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't.
Liner, and this could be trouble. Vladdy coming around third. He scores, and they have the lead.
Everything came together for him. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Out to center. Rafaela under it. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's an early 1-0 lead. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Fenway Park, and on the hill in this one, Bowden Francis.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
And he beats it. He's safe.
You knew it was going to be a close play the entire time, and that's exactly how it played out. Solid attempt by the third baseman, but it was always going to be tough with such a speedy runner going down the line.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box. Devers, the baby-faced assassin, now moved to first.
Yeah, and here's a fun stat on Devers. He's at his best when he's hitting homers and doubles, and by the time he was 26 years old, Devers already had over 150 home runs and more than 200 doubles. He's just the 15th player in baseball history with those kinds of numbers at that age.
That clips the zone. Strike 1.
1-1.
And that's in the dirt.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Third baseman.
And now it's Alex Bregman. Check on the runner. Durant back in on a dive. Out to short. Whips it across, and they get Bregman for the out. Check out the Red Sox lineup. It features a great veteran presence, Rafael Devers.
Oh, Boog, he's got great power just to every section of the ballpark, man. I love watching guys like this who can give it a ride to the opposite field or go dead center. I mean, that's really hitting. When you can hit and drive the ball up the middle other way, Look out. Keep an eye out on this guy when he digs in. I wouldn't be surprised to see him launch one in this game.
Rob Refsnyder stands in now and watches strike one. Comes up empty.
0-2 is the count.
Got him looking. That ends the frame. One hit, one left. On to the second from Fenway Park. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Red Sox nothing. Back now at Fenway. New inning getting started. And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Walker Buehler will go back to work. In the air, center field. Rafaela makes the grab, one away.
Batting seventh, center fielder Miles Straw.
Here's the center fielder, Miles Straw. Buehler, 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. And there's a ball.
1-0.
Next pitch is
that's just
outside.
out.
Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there. And that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire.
Batting eighth, catcher
Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. And that's
Ball
way
that's
high.
upstairs.
Ball one. Man at first, one away. Buehler looked to first.
Safe.
And he's back in there. Grounder might be two. Campbell has it for
He's
one,
out.
and that's two. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Red Sox nothing. Bottom half of inning number 2. Your story now. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Francis back to work. The shortstop takes the ball.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
That
Ball
misses
two.
the zone. Now 2 balls and a
2
strike.
balls,
Boog, and
one
the one
strike.
thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can
What do you
lose your
got?
mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Roden racing over to make the catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Fouled off down the right side. Check swing called strike. And it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Curve in the dirt. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that just misses.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
And that is downstairs. Full count now.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Inside ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And stepping in for Boston, Romy Gonzalez. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Swing, a high fly ball left field, pretty well struck. And out of here, he deposits that one into the monster seats. A massive home run. It's 2-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Carlos Narvaez, batting with one down, takes a strike. One down, base is empty. That one ripped. That's back there. And it's off the Green Monster. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
One out, runner at second. And next for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Rafaela. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1.
0-1.
One out and a runner at second. Bottom half of inning number 2. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really nice sequence for the quick strikeout right there. A couple of breaking balls to get ahead 0-2. Then pump the hard stuff by him for strike 3. And I like that he didn't mess around. Sometimes guys, they like to get too cute. They waste a pitch here or there and then find themselves back into a hitter's count. But right there, he had him right where he wanted him and pitched him aggressively to get the strikeout.
Now batting Jarren Duran. In there at the knees. 0-1.
Ball, that's inside.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And that one is lifted in the air. And George makes the grab. but 2 come across to score in the inning courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back inside Fenway Park, and now Alan Roden. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Buehler deals.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Swings and misses. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Back to the top of the lineup. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Grounded out his first time. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And a swing and a miss.
Really consistent release point. He's been able to pitch up and down and have excellent command at both locations.
Foul ball still 0-2.
Ball.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Kicks and fires. And that one hit to first. Gonzalez steps on the bag, and that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Doubled his first time up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. That one hit to right. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the inning, Rafael Devers up to hit.
Designated hitter, Rafael Devers.
And that's way high. And that is ball
Counts 1-0.
one. Fought off foul. The 1-1. And that one wrapped foul. Swing and a miss. Splitter in the dirt. Heineman down to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
Boog, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Here's Alex Bregman. He's 0 for 1. Ball
Nope,
one there.
that's a ball.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Next to hit, Rob Refsnyder. Pulls that one foul. And that is out of play. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground left side, 6, 4, out, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to inning number 4. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Blue Jays 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Anthony Santander. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
Well, these Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Ball, that's out.
Ripped on the ground to second. To first.
Got him.
1 up, 1 down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's George Springer. He doubled home a run in his first AB.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
These hitters have come out ready to swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
That misses, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings and misses, struck him out.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle, so I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
Digging in, Ernie Clement. Fly to center his first time. Cut on and lifted in the air. And that's a fair ball.
Now batting, second baseman, Davis.
2 outs,
Schneider.
runner at first. And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
And that skips in the dirt.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
Blue Jays down a run.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
2 outs. Yeah, that's fouled off. Here's a 1-2. Check swing. Now look down to first. And he run around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. So one hit is all they get. And midway in the fourth, it's the Red Sox 2 and the Blue Jays 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the shortstop, Trevor Story.
Trevor Story.
That's in there. 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Here's the second baseman. A walk and a run scored his first time. Anything in particular stand out to you as far as
0-1's the count.
moments at Fenway Park?
Wow, you know, it's unfortunate because I remember as an Oakland A's player, we were up in the series against the Red Sox,
No balls,
2
2
games to
strikes.
none. All we needed to do was close out a Saturday night ball game. We went extra innings. The Red Sox won that ball game. And then Sunday,
1 ball, 2
they
strikes,
pushed the
count.
series by winning Game 4 back to Oakland for Game 5. And unfortunately, they won Game 5 as well.
The 1-2. On the ground right side. Fires over to Guerrero. Already 2 gone here in the home fourth.
The first baseman, Romy Gonzalez.
2 outs, base is empty. And now, Romy Gonzalez. He's already homered in this game. Line drive. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. That was 2003, and the Red Sox would eventually get their hearts broken by Aaron Boone, but end the curse a year later. Now here is Carlos Narvaez. Doubled his first time. And that
Ball
misses.
upstairs.
Ball 1. Gonzalez off of first with 2 away. Right through there for a strike. Francis with a move
He's
to
safe.
first. And he's back safely.
Yeah.
That
2
one
balls,
way
2
outside.
strikes.
And the count is 2-2. Runner takes off. On the ground to the left. Clement sends it to first. That's the inning. And the Red Sox leave 1, but they still lead it 2-1. And we're back here at Fenway Park, all set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, Miles Straw. Buehler back to work. That
Nope.
one
Ball 1.
misses, and it's 1-0. Straw, 30 years old now, and they traded for him earlier this year. Buehler fires. Swing and a foul out of play. Good job to fight that one off. And that's
That's out.
outside. And the count's even at 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Center field, Rafaela brings it in, and there's one down.
Now batting, catcher
Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. He hit into a double play his first time up. Pitch misses
Ball 1.
there, and that's ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Fouled off left side. Next pitch in for a strike, and a count 1-2.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
On the ground, right side. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder Alan Roden.
Here's the left fielder, Alan Roden. Went down on strikes his first time through. And the pitch is
Outside, that's
outside,
ball.
ball 1. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Now batting, shortstop Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. The shortstop takes the ball. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Buehler looked to first.
No, he's
and he's
safe.
back in on a dive. And a foul ball. And a ball and 2 strikes.
That's ball 2.
Squirts away a little bit. Out towards right center field. Ref Snyder coming on. Nice grab on the run. And that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Blue Jays 1. Back here at Fenway, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And now, Cedar Rafaela. And a runner out into right center for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Jarren Duran. 1 for 2. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
And here is Devers. And that one gets past the catcher. Both runners move up on the wild pitch, and the double play is no longer in order.
Well, Boog, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is, and that wild pitch is going to make things even tougher. 2 men in the scoring position now, still with nobody out, so this really becomes a strikeout situation on the mound.
Just missed.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. He's under it. Squeezes it, and there's one away.
Oh, that's a frustrating at bat right there. Big opportunity and just missed it. I know he wanted to do some damage. Next guy will have to pick him up.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Bowden Francis is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Yariel Rodriguez.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
Now it's Alex Bregman. Golden opportunity right here. First pitch just misses.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Next offering upstairs.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
Next offering is in for a strike. Rafaela at third. Duran at second with 1 away. And now the count is full, and another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Reaching for it and brings it in. Runner tags for home. It's a sac fly as he comes across the score. It's 3-1.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Rob Refsnyder up next for the Red Sox. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it falls. Durant coming home. He'll score easily. And it's an RBI single, and they lead by 3. Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Trevor Story. Swing and a pop-up. Foul and a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Check swing, and he went 0-2 now.
No balls, 2 strikes.
2 runs across in the inning. Last half of inning number 5. Popped up. Schneider makes the play. That is the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 5. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 1. And we're back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Out to short, Story. And Guerrero is set down.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
So digging in, Anthony Santander.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Brudansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway.
Right fielder, George Springer.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning. Ernie Clement digs in now. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Hit in the air, left field. Duran makes the catch, and that is that. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 6, 7, 8 due in the bottom of the 6th. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 1. Back here in Boston. Now it's the second baseman, number 28.
Second baseman, Christian Campbell.
Pitches in there. Strike 1. Rodriguez, a guy that features an absolute power slider. Throws that pitch a lot. He throws it hard and gets a ton of swings and misses.
Inside, ball 2.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
And I think being able to expand with that pitch as you start to offer at it that he can move it just a little bit further away. Before you know it, you're trying to hit a pitch that's off the plate.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
And now the first baseman, Romy Gonzalez. And he's already left his mark on this game.
He certainly has, Boog. A 2-run shot in the second inning, and that made an early impact on this game in a big way. I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
And strike 2.
And, of course, sometimes you need to be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Runner at first with no outs here. That one not close.
2 strikes.
And it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez. That one almost got him.
Runner.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes.
Nope, that's down.
There's the ball. Throw there. Safe. One out and a runner at second. On the ground to short. Bichette fires over to first. Two gone now.
Now batting, center fielder, Cedar.
So stepping in for Boston, Cedar Rafaela. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Runner at second, two down here in the bottom of the sixth. That one finds the zone. That's strike two.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left on. Seventh inning coming up. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 1.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Josh Winkowski. He's making his second appearance of the season. Now at the plate, Davis Schneider. The Jays in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike one.
0-1.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
0-2 is the count.
Hit on the ground to short. Story throws to first in time, and they get the leadoff hitter in the seventh.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
And now the center fielder, Miles Straw. Strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Activity in the bullpen. Aroldis Chapman, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Wilson warming up as well. One down, base is empty. Missed with a changeup, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. The Blue Jays trailing by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it hits off the monster. Throws to second, and in there with a double off the wall.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
One out, runner at second. Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. Just
That's the ball.
missed. Straw leads off second with one gone in the inning. Fly ball to right. Ref Snyder. 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder Alan Roden.
Now the left fielder, Alan Roden.
In this situation with first base open, he shouldn't give him anything to hit. There's a right-hander on deck.
That misses the zone. Ball 1. Foul ball there. Man at second. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best.
Well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. One left for Toronto. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Nick Sandlin. He's been so good against lefties. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. That misses.
0-1, no strike.
1-0.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve
That's
your
outside.
game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Next one misses, and now 3-2. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And a strike to Devers.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Flips one to left. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Nice job of getting that front foot down, and once it does, the hands just launch. Big hole on the left side of the infield, and I think that's exactly what he was gunning for.
And stepping in for Boston, Alex Bregman. Not
1-0.
even close there. And that is ball 1. And there's a foul ball. Let's go, 1-1 now. Right through there for a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Rob Refsnyder. And that misses. And that's ball one. There's a strike. Ground ball left side. They get the force. And that is the third out of the inning. One hit, one left. Eighth inning coming up. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 1.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Justin Wilson. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Bo Bichette, 0 for 3 in this one. Fouled off. He was late. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. 1 for 3. And he takes a strike. Wilson, in his 13th season, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a cutter, and occasionally works in a splitter. That one fouled off. Breaking ball inside. Now 1-2. One down, base is empty. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. This one lifted in the air, left field. Durant. That's out number 2.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left. Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Santander in the box now. No balls and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. That one is blasted left field towards the monster. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Nothing across here this half. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jacob Barnes.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Springer sizes this one up, pulls it in on the warning track.
Well, I think the wind ended up being a factor right there. It's whipping in from right field right now. So otherwise, I think that ball's out of here.
Here's the second baseman. He's 0 for 1. Outside low. Ball 1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Brendan Little, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Garcia getting loose as well. That one
Ball
missed.
2.
He's clearly trying to work him
2-0.
away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Here's a 2-0. And that one fouled off. That's hard hit on the line. Roden makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And here's the first baseman, Romy Gonzalez. He's already homered here in this one. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
And ball 1. Two out, space is empty. Inside. 2
1
balls
strike.
and a strike. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Roden corrals it, and that's the 3rd out.
Now pitching. for the
Welcome
Red
back,
Sox.
and here comes the closer,
Number
Christopher
17.
Sears. A chance at his first save of the year. Here's George Springer to
Leading
start it
for
off.
Toronto, right fielder George Springer.
Hard hit, left field, base hit. And a good start to the inning. Ernie Clement getting ready to hit. Ball
Ball
1,
that's
no
outside.
strikes.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. Runner stops at second, and the first 2 reach to start the inning.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. Really important at bat coming up now.
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Hard hit left side. Over to second for 1. Back to first, and that is a double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
One out left for the Blue Jays. Here's the center fielder, Miles Straw.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
And first offering is fouled off. Springer at third with 2 away. On the ground, right side. Oh, great stop from his knees. The hero, and that is the ball game.
What an exciting finish to this game. An amazing play right there. It's hard for the fans to go home. They want more. They're not ready to leave and head to their cars, but an outstanding job to keep entertaining all the way to the end.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Hey, y'all. Yeah, that's game. Yep, pretty good game. Not too bad. Hey, kept it kind of interesting for most part, but hey, you know, seems like the Red Sox pulled it off, but it is what it is. You know, it's just simulations. Maybe go one way or the other. But hey. Yeah, y'all should tune in tonight. Check out this game. See who pulls it off, and see if the outcomes what it was on my end, and see what it compared. You know, check it out. But other than that, gonna check out. If you don't follow me, I appreciate it if you would. YouTube and Twitch, Millie_Money. All your support counts. Like I said, I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a good rest of your day.